Hey everybody, Rebecca here. So this is what you need to know about Lyme disease in just a few minutes. The first thing is it's a bacterial infection, most often spread by ticks, but there's evidence to show that it also can be spread by mosquitoes, spiders, anything that bites. So this means that anybody can get it at any time. Also, there's some evidence to show that it can pass from mother to baby, which is called congenital Lyme disease. The second is the test for Lyme disease is awful. The mainstream testing that they use most of the time shows false negatives. The tests that do well are not approved, and so they are not covered by insurance, but you're more likely to get a positive test. The third thing is the medical community is really torn on how to treat it. So most doctors, they consider it an acute form, or meaning it's like a short infection that give 2 to 4 weeks of antibiotics and they say it should be gone. But most individuals have what's called a chronic infection, which means they are sick for a lot longer. So there is another part of the medical community that believes that they have this infection and this infection is still persisting, it's still there, and so they go outside of medical guidelines to try to treat and help these people feel better. The other side of the spectrum that doesn't believe that this is a long-term infection calls this a syndrome, and they consider it a mental disorder. The truth is they don't know how to treat it in later stages, which is usually when it gets diagnosed, because the testing is so awful and the doctors don't know how to treat it or how to diagnose it. The fourth thing is the symptoms are awful and many of them are invisible, and they can be a variety of symptoms. So for myself, it felt like I was on fire, my joints were being pulled apart, and that I was drugged all at the same time. Those were just some of my symptoms. And of course, nobody could see them, but I could feel them. And when you're sick for a long period of time, after a while, people are just like, well, suck it up or get up and walk. There's no way they can do this. The pain is just severe and the brain fog is severe. So until you truly go through that experience, it's really, really hard to explain, and it's very frustrating to hear somebody else say, well, just suck it up and just get over it. So I please beg you not to do that for somebody that is experiencing chronic Lyme disease. The fifth is the treatment is very expensive because they have to treat outside of guidelines. All of those treatments are considered experimental, and so those experimental treatments are not covered by insurance and therefore very expensive. Take time to understand this issue. The CDC estimates that 300,000 individuals will be infected with Lyme disease each year, which means you could be next. So not only is it important for you to understand Lyme and the issues with Lyme for your loved one, but it's also important to understand for yourself, because the truth is you could be next. I hope this was helpful for you today. Until next time, I hope you have a very blessed day. Hey everybody, hope you enjoyed the video. So this marks the end of our caregiver series, but here are 2 other videos within the caregiver series you may have missed. And as always, if there's something caregiver related that you want me to cover, feel free to put it down in the comments so I can do a video. Don't forget to hit the like button and hit the subscribe button up near the top. Until next time, have a blessed day.